So, in the previous session, we created an application, Angular application using Angular CLI. Okay, this is the application we were seeing. After putting it in browser, we were able to see a Angular application. Okay, running. We also opened the application created by Angular CLI in Visual Studio. This is the application created by Angular CLI. So in case of any doubts, you can refer to the previous session. So let us see. So in this session, we will understand Angular CLI, how Angular actually started, how it got bootstrap, and it is able to show this page. Okay. Basically, this is a component, how it is able to show this component, where it starts. Okay. Basically, if you see index.html is the page normally is the entry point. This is the page which is opened at first, okay, by the Angular application or any application in the sense. So this is the first page. Also, Angular they mention it as a single page application, right? So they say it is a single page application because it has only one HTML page, one page. Inside this one page, all the other components are being stuffed inside based on what you put in the HTML. So Angular always understand there is only one HTML page. We don't have multiple pages. Whenever the user clicks on something, no, some other page doesn't open. It all gets stuffed based on the click of the user. Maybe one component gets inserted into this page. Maybe the user presses on some other place, some other component gets loaded inside the same page. That's why they say Angular as a single page application. So let's understand how what happens in this page. You're not seeing anything here, right? So yeah, normally in index.html, let us inspect this page so that we understand. If we no need to inspect, go to developer tools, just view the page source. This is the page source of index.html. Okay. If you see here, if you compare these two pages, you are missing something here, right? So the actually when you run ngserve, it puts these commands, insert these commands inside index.html. So if you have a closer look, you will see the main.js. Okay. So this is the first file, first TS file which is started by index.html. Okay. It is like main in Java. Okay. The starting place of an application, which starts first. Index.html calls main.ts, main.js. Basically main.ts gets converted, compiled to main.js. So let's find the main.ts here. So this is what gets compiled to main.js, which is started by index.html. If you just see through this file, you will understand that it basically bootstraps the module. This is the we have something called platform browser dynamic, which bootstraps the module. Okay, bootstraps the module. Which module it is bootstrapping is? It is bootstrapping the app module. Okay, so it in turn sets up the app module. Okay, let's see the app module. App module you will find inside app. If you go there, you will find app.module.ts. So this app module is responsible for bringing the application together. Okay, and what to say, this ng module, right? If you say this ng module is a decorator which mentions what all declaration I should take into account, and what all imports I should do it from other modules. And it also mentions about the exports, what all things in the module I should export, and what all services I should be injecting, and what component I should bootstrap. So this page is responsible for bringing the application together and launching the application. So by means of this ng module decorator, we mention, I reiterate that what all declarations I have done in this application, and what all modules I need from other modules. Maybe in this case, I say I require app routine model, so I have mentioned routine model, and browser model by default I need it for ng model, and providers is empty because I have not injected anything. I don't want anything. If you want any services to be injected, you can mention it here. And the bootstrap is most important because it tells what component I should start. You are telling to the app module which component I have to start. In this case, it is app component, which is the root component. Okay. So whatever component you put inside Bootstrap, what it does is it will create an instance of it, and put it in the respective selector. Okay. So let us this bootstraps the app component. It creates a component and puts it into the selector. So let us try to understand the component created, the root component created, bootstrapped by the app module. So if you take this component, so this is the decorator, component decorator. So it is like a metadata. Even here you will find ng model. This is a simple class, but this only mentioned to the TypeScript that this is a special, it is a module class, ng module class. Likewise, in the component, you are mentioning that app component is a, this is a, app component is a simple class, but by means of this decorator meta programming at component, we are saying that it is a component class. And you are mentioning the selector where this component needs to be inserted, app root. Wherever you mention app root, this will be injected, and you are selling the template URL, the template of the component, and the style it has to satisfy. Let us see the HTML. Okay. So if you see, go through the HTML, this HTML is only displayed in our page. This test app is just this HTML, the HTML of the root component. Okay. This HTML is shown there. And other thing I wanted to mention is, if you go through the app component, you will see a selector. This selector, we saw it somewhere else as well, right? If you go to the index.html, you will see the selector, app root. So in only inside this app root, okay, it inserts the component. The component is the app module. By means of the bootstrap, since it is mentioned, app component is mentioned, it will create an instance of the component and put it inside the selector of the component. In this case, the selector of the component is app root. So it will put it inside app root, which is available in index.html. Okay. So inside that, it will put it. So only you are able to see this page. If you just insert the page in the elements, you will see the complete component available, the HTML of the component available inside app root. Okay. So the component, this complete component is available inside app root. Can you see that? Okay, here app root. So this is how the Angular starts the application. Okay, one other thing I forgot to mention is ngserve also installs the necessary packages for Angular. You can see the necessary packages which it has installed in package.json. It creates a environment of environment through npm. Okay, so it has put all the necessary dependencies for the Angular to work here, and dev dependencies it has put it inside dev dependencies. So all these packages are available in node modules. If you open the node module, you can see all the packages installed by ngserve, and all the files, the source code, you will see it inside source. Okay, the tsc config is the config file of the TypeScript. You can modify it if you need. Okay, so that's it. Hope you understood. Thank you.